Weightlifting is misunderstood. To an outsider, the weight room may seem like it can only serve two types of people: barbaric powerlifters who strain under the weight of several hundred pounds, or vain bodybuilders obsessed with looking at themselves in the mirror. While those two extremes do exist, weightlifting does offer a ton of value for the common person. The benefits of weightlifting include muscular and strength development, healthier joints and increased bone density, neurological stimulation of the central nervous system, and, when done right, a controlled, safe environment where progress is easily tracked and measured. If you're looking to get into weightlifting, this video will help guide you through what are considered the three essential lifts: the bench press, squat, and deadlift. I'll go through each lift in detail, outlining the function it serves, the form with which to do it, and the frequency you should be doing it at. Let's get started. The bench press is the king of all upper body lifts. It targets the entire front of your body, hitting the chest, shoulders, biceps, as well as the triceps on the back of your arms. As one of the three essential lifts, it's very simple to learn and can be a very safe exercise to do. For climbers, it's probably the best bang for your buck in terms of upper body antagonist training. As with any lift, the setup for the bench press is important and can dictate the success of the movement. While there are a few varying schools of thought on the proper setup, the one I'm going to propose prioritizes muscle gain and injury prevention. Start by lying down on the bench with a flat back. Set your feet flat on the floor with your toes pointing slightly outwards. The hands should be placed so that the forearms are vertical and parallel to each other during the middle range of the movement. You can also use the ring grooves on the barbell as markers to remember your hand placement. Wrap your thumbs around the bar in a standard grip. This will allow you to squeeze the bar and create more torque. Lift the bar in one clean, explosive motion and pause at the top before beginning your first rep. When you lower the bar, slightly tuck your elbows towards your side. I prefer an angle of approximately 30 degrees. Now, there's a ton of debate and literature about whether to have elbows flared or tucked during the motion of the bench press, as well as the push-up. If you're interested in the details, I've left a link in the description. Lower the bar until your biceps are parallel to the floor. For most people, this is just an inch or two above the chest. Generally speaking, you do not need to go past this point, and you especially want to avoid bouncing the bar off your chest. When performing your reps, you want to keep a nice pace and rhythm. Decelerate the speed of the bar as you approach the lower range, pause briefly at the bottom, and accelerate on the up. Make sure to complete the motion by locking out your arms at the top and pausing before continuing your next rep. The squat is an essential lift for the lower body. This compound movement not only builds the quads and glutes, but also helps develop a strong core. When done safely, the squat can increase stability in the knees, ankles, and lower back, all crucial components for longevity in any sport. Set up for the squat by first placing your hands on the bar before stepping in underneath. The hand placement should be similar to the bench press, keeping with your forearms parallel to each other. Again, feel free to use the ring grooves to track your hand position. The bar is set just along the length of your trapezius muscle. It should not be on the neck or pressing heavily against the spine. Prepare for the liftoff by setting your feet about shoulder distance apart directly underneath the bar. Maintain an open chest and flat back and create a bit of torque with a slight external rotation of the legs. Feel your body bracing for the weight of the bar before lifting it off the rack in one clean motion. Step back to an open space before setting up for the reps. Once feet are planted, solidify your base by slightly rotating your legs outward. The position of your feet will not change with this external rotation, and it will feel like you're screwing your feet into the floor. Keep your chest open, back flat, and neck neutral by gazing at a fixed spot on the floor or wall in front of you. Lower down into the squat, feeling the weight of the bar loading into your hips and heels. Go until the tops of your thighs are parallel to the floor, with a brief pause at the bottom. Maintaining the brace position of your entire body, feet screwed into the floor, chest open, back flat. Push out of the squat in a clean, accelerating motion. The path of the bar should remain on the same vertical plane throughout the entire movement. The deadlift completes the trifecta of the 3 essential lifts. In its simplest form, the movement is designed to improve your ability to pick something up off the floor. While there is a bit of overlap with the squat in terms of muscles targeted, the deadlift serves as more of a hinge movement, targeting the posterior chain of glutes and hamstrings along with your lower back. For climbers, the deadlift is especially helpful in improving tension generated from the legs. The stance for the deadlift is slightly narrower than that of the squat, with the feet positioned just past hip distance but inside shoulder distance. Before the lift, it's important to engage the entire body. Create some torque by externally rotating the legs and feeling your feet screw into the floor. Squeeze the bar with your hands and brace the upper body with its chest open, back flat position. Lift the bar off the floor by first engaging the quads and then hinging from the hips. Pause at the top with your back straight and body upright. On the eccentric or lowering phase of the movement, remain engaged until the plates are completely set back on the floor. In powerlifting circles where people are lifting near their max, most will lower the bar very quickly, essentially dropping it back on the floor. However, for general purposes, I prefer a controlled lower. Once the bar is on the floor, you're going to pause, reset, and re-engage the body for the next rep. This is different from the bench press and squat in that each rep is individualized and not a continuation from the previous rep. When planning your workouts, it's important to understand that weightlifting follows its own programming protocol the same way other sports do. These are typically measured in 6-week periods called mesocycles. This is designed to help you focus on a specific training aim for a few consecutive workouts before moving on to the next aim. If you're new to lifting or getting back into it after some time off, week 1 is used for acclimatization. This is prepping the body for the rigors of the training program ahead. I prefer to do a lighter volume of 3 sets of between 6 to 8 reps using the same weight where I'm comfortably completing each set. Weeks 2 and 3 are focused on hypertrophy, a style of training that is designed to build muscle mass. Building muscle not only has aesthetic benefits, but also gives you the base to handle higher loads and stronger lifts later on. A typical hypertrophy workout consists of 3 sets with a higher rep range of 8 to 12 reps. The rest period is a bit shorter at 1.5 minutes, and this is by design to help get those muscles pumped and fatigued. You should be able to complete each set, feeling a progressive struggle entering the final set where the last few reps are challenging. The next 2 weeks of 4 and 5 are dedicated to strength training. This has less emphasis on building muscle and more on getting those muscles stronger. This is where you make the most gains both physically and mentally, setting you up for a higher base in future training cycles. A typical strength workout consists of 3 sets of between 3 to 5 reps with long rests of up to 4 minutes. These sets should feel challenging, where you're trying hard to complete each final rep. If you opt for a lower rep range, remember to be safe, use a spotter when you need to, and know your limits. The final week of your 6-week mesocycle is called deload. This is where you tone down the volume and intensity, allowing your body to recover from the rigors of the past 4 weeks. You can repeat the same workout you did during week 1 of acclimatization, taking it fairly easy and enjoying more of an active rest. That's it for an overview of the 3 essential lifts. I hope you found the information helpful and are able to use it to start your journey in the weight room. Whether you're new to lifting or an athlete looking to improve their strength and conditioning, investing time in these movements will yield you a stronger, healthier body. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and until next time, move better, climb harder.